Hello, welcome to the Y, man. I got a very special guest with me today, man. I ain't gonna lie, this is my dog right here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
One of the
sir.
biggest streamers in the world, man. JetPak Jeff, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on?
What's popping, brother?
Look at your setup. Hold on, before you even start, look at this setup. Look at this nice carpet. Oh, look, the Supreme hat.
You're too
look at
much,
you doing well.
man. You too nice, dog. You too nice, brother. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really wanted to sit with you because since the day I met you, you've been a very interesting person. I ain't gonna lie. Like every time I've seen you, you've always stood out. The first time I met you,
Appreciate that.
Soul Play, Tekken. You're a big gamer.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a big gamer. How did you get into gaming?
Uh,
And why did you get into gaming for real? What made you want to play video games as a kid, and what age did you start doing that at?
you know what's crazy? I think since it's now a business, like back when it wasn't a business, like what I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I think the game is big in my house when I growing up. So, my big brother played. My other brother didn't play. So that's how me and my brother connected. And he used to play sports, so he got a scholarship at football.
Yeah.
So both those things, I was just following his footsteps. I think the first game I played was like some Dragon Ball Z game, but I played a lot of games.
Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yeah. The crazy one when you do like that. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I got into gaming. Like, just playing.
Okay. Were your parents the parents that were like, get off the fucking game, or they was pretty chill with you? They let you do your thing growing up? Because my parents was sick of that shit, bro. Playing video games, do something else.
I never even asked. Are you
Nigerian.
So I think we probably have the same immigrant
Same kind
connection.
of grew up. You're Haitian, right?
Yeah, I'm Haitian.
Yeah.
My mom didn't like when I was on TV too much, and my mom didn't like when I was in the game too much. So I had to sneak into it a lot. And it was kind of crazy because I think it was one of the few Haitian households out of my friends where I actually had a TV in my room.
Yeah.
So I could sneak and play, like my PS2. But it wasn't an easy feat. So it was like a big deal when I could play for like 10, 20 minutes when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 10, 20 minutes?
Midnight Club, booted up.
How long was we playing games for, nigga? Hours before our parents kicked us off the system.
Nah, I had to wait till I got older. And then finally when we moved, matter of fact, so I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And we moved to Atlanta. When we moved to Atlanta, my family kind of split. My brothers were in college and I wasn't. So I was
He was like a damn near only child.
So then my mom was like, oh, he's older now, he can kind of. So then I was just like straight into it, watch TV too much. Play games way too much. Yeah. So that's where I was on it.
But now look where it brought you, man.
We still
it's full
growing.
circle, right? You know what I'm saying?
We're still growing.
Tell me about your Haitian background. How do you feel like that affected the man you are today?
I think so. We got this saying in the Haitian culture. Haitian Americans really know what it is. It's l'école, l'écaille, l'église.
You have to break that down for me, brother.
L'école, l'écaille, l'église in English is just school, work, home. I probably said in the wrong direction, but you go to school, you bring your ass home, and then you go to church. Yep. Anywhere outside of that is unnecessary and not a good, not a good Haitian kid. Yeah, so
we're definitely just like Nigerians. Y'all definitely just like Nigerians. My mom would say anything after 12 is no good. What you doing? What are you doing? What business do you have outside after 12 for real, man? Yeah. And if you're not being a doctor or a lawyer, like what are you doing? What are you doing with your life, man?
Speak my language. So that's how she was. Yeah. So I think to connect that even more. You know, my mom is first generation here. No, that's not true. Technically, she's second generation, but to make it simple, she was a first generation mom who came from Haiti, like on her own back. So doing anything entrepreneurial, like even what I'm trying to do now, into what I've been doing for like maybe 4, 5, 6 years now. Yeah. My mom did not want that, so it was lawyer, doctor, or failure. So,
yeah. Even my mom, bro, she made me want to be a nurse, or she forced me to be a nurse, enter school as a nursing degree at Georgia State. That quickly didn't happen. Became journalism, you know what I'm saying? Now we're here now. But I want to know, why are you JetPak Jeff? Why did you get that name, or how did you come up with that name?
Like Kobe, I gave it to myself. So I think. But by the way, we need to stop acting like we can't give ourselves names. Like,
you can't, no real. I call myself Watobi. I was the first person to call myself Watobi. So yeah, give yourself your own nickname.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think my name before was so dumb. It didn't mean nothing. It was just like I'm a big Jets fan. Right, and since my name is Jeff, that's easy to connect.
I know you've been going through mad heartbreak.
I mean, we got a championship, so calm down.
we got not in your lifetime, brother.
We got. It's true. But I think I picked the name just because I literally was on like probably like a marketing exploit when I was like 16, and I was like, what's a good name? Because like my name before was something stupid. It was Jet Blitz. What did it mean? It didn't mean nothing. It sounded like a startup company for some
Jet Blitz, some fuel.
Yeah. So I just literally searched it up, like a lot of people do when they searching up their little name, and I searched up JetPak Jeff. It sounded cool. JetPak Jones showed up. I'm like, my name is free. So I took that 16, and I've been running with that name ever since. And I used to run track, so I cared about stuff that was fast.
Fast, of course.
And jet And then
of course.
I just put the pack together because made it a thing. Maybe I wear book bags a lot, and that's how I kind of put it together. So it has a different meaning when I was a kid because now to me it's kind of like, but that fashion is cool. But like JetPak, like if anything's JetPak, it's super fire, or it's super great, or it's fly. So that's the meaning I put on it.
Your own lingo. I like that. I like that. So I guess what was the first system you had, if you remember?
I do remember. The one that I owned or the one that I played?
That you owned. Like, what was the first system your parents bought you?
First system I owned was PlayStation 1. It wasn't the first one we played. First one I ever had. My brother had a 64. And my brother had an Atari too.
Yeah.
But the first one I owned, I lied. It's not a PS1. It was a Game Boy Advance. And I lost it. And
I know you was heartbroken. Not the SP.
I got whooped. They
bought it for Christmas and
I left it in New Jersey. I lived in New Jersey with my aunt's house, and literally I was playing it, had a great time, and my mom got this great gift for me, and somebody took it. I was too ashamed to tell her, and
you said this was Christmas?
This is probably before Christmas. This is like before Thanksgiving. I was spending time with my family.
I ain't gonna lie, I gotta tell you the story about because I went through the same shit, but mine was the PSP.
Okay.
So we always threw a Christmas party, like, and all the family would come to our house.
Yeah.
One of our uncles bought me and my brother a PSP, right? I don't know which one of us lost the PSP, but one day my mom just seen it was one PSP. She took that shit for like 2 months.
How long did you guys have it?
Man, nigga, Christmas, we probably like, we were scared to tell her too, you know what I mean? And she
wait, it was y'all Christmas
It was our
present?
Christmas gift. Imagine like, you know when your parents say don't open shit in front of the public and other people?
Yeah.
But we were like, nah, we want to play the PSPs, and we left it, someone took it home.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the last time we seen a PSP. But
that's crazy.
What are your top 5 games?
Oh, it's about time somebody asked me this. My top 5 games. Oh, never mind. It's gonna get hard after 3. So let's make it easy. Number 1, easy off rip, is San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is one of the best games. Period. For a million reasons. It's super hip hop culture. Shout out to DJ Pooh and cultivating a story with a black man after they went through a bunch of controversy with the Haitian government or whatever, which was super crazy. Number 2, I think, this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna be biased. Number 2 for me is gonna be Tekken. It's gonna be.
I knew you was gonna say Tekken. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming up.
It's gonna be Tekken, and it's gonna be Tekken 7 because the game almost died, and Tekken 7 saved it. Long story short, if I have to pick a number 3 off the top of my tongue.
I ain't gonna lie. Can you tell me that story?
So Tekken so obviously it's been in our lives for a long time since PlayStation started. When it was starting, and they had a different team or whatever, good, well-selling game. First one sold well. Second one sold well. Third one sold so well that it was like, these guys are never going to leave. And basically from 3 to 7, it was like on a little roller coaster. Yeah. And then this one game came up. Tekken Tag is one game that was good. And then let's say 7 years later, Tekken Tag 2 came up, right? Which is it's just basically the same fighting game, 2 people. And what ended up happening is that game was trash on numbers-wise.
Yeah.
It was a good game if you played it. This is like, maybe me and you were probably in college when Tekken Tag 2 came out.
Okay.
And basically the game was a financial pit hole, and it didn't do that well.
They sunk a lot of money into it and it didn't sell.
So here's how Tekken 7 was super important. What ended up happening, marketing-wise, they went out their way to do some like, if it was nowadays, it'd be like some gotcha phone games, but it was like a little game on computer. Okay. Tekken Revolution, that's not important. What is important is when 7 came out, they thought it was going to be the last game. They wrapped the story up. And when you play the game, it's just, it honors everything. The old people that used to play back 20 years ago, that a little art history for Atlanta. Atlanta is one of the last places that gaming places like doing arcade stuff left. Tekken 7 was on arcade, and people loved it. It was solid. The game was good. The story felt really great. So the replay value was really good. And it didn't cost them too much. So that game ended up remodeling it again for the second time. And it's one of probably the hardest games to play, but also one of the most rewarding because it's 3D. And that's why Tekken 7 to me is one of the most important games.
Fire.
Yeah.
So another thing I really like about you is your style, bro. You always got funky hats going on. You always got a nice, nice little color scheme going up. Yeah. What birthed your style? Who inspired you the way you dress? Or was it just you?
I mean, I hate to sound cocky, but yeah, it definitely is. I think I like, there's so many people so many creators around us now that do so fire stuff. Like, I like Cochise, he does cool stuff. But as far as or Tyler's stuff, like super
Tyler
fire.
Critter.
And recently Kendrick's stuff's been doing great. We were talking about lately.
Here we go.
Kendrick's style, I don't know what style
I knew that name was coming up.
But I didn't really get my style from nobody. I actually kind of wishing my style was way better. I think, there's a little bit of a money.
Bro, you're unique, bro.
separation,
You're unique, bro. And if
it.
you're saying some money, you're making it work, bro. You clean as fuck every time I see you. So I got to give you that. Another thing that really caught my attention of you when you pulled up to the Brooklyn Nicole Fest that rolling out a few months back.
Yeah.
You made a stream with Brooklyn, or you did some content with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you had her just giggling, like you're literally just like a natural conversator. Like you weren't even trying to be funny, but she just couldn't even stop laughing the whole time.
You know, that was a whole conversation on like TikTok, like about why she was laughing.
So no, everybody comes up to me. Everyone's like, "What? What was he saying to her? Was he macking? Was he spitting game? Like, what was going on?"
I think Brooklyn just likes to go. I think what it is.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brooklyn. That was a good. And by the way, appreciate y'all like having me there. I think since I didn't know she was gonna show up, but her being there, I'm really happy to see where she's going because I think at that time, I think she literally just was big in like there's like I like to call, you know how there's like plots for celebrities.
Yeah.
Like if there was plots for like streamers, I think there's she at that point she was like on the C cusp. Like if you knew,
I get what you mean. Like she was C class. Like she was lit, but she wasn't overly lit.
Then she did Rolling Loud, and all of a sudden I feel like everyone now respects her even more.
Yeah, that cover turned her up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm happy I got to be a part of that cover, but she was a great interview. She was a great talk. She's very well spoken, especially to be like 2021. Like she's hard. She's fire. Who are some of your favorite streamers out right now?
I gotta give the superficial because he's just that great. I love Kai. Kai #1. I do love Speed.
I was about to say, who you choosing between Kai and Speed, bro?
Kai easily.
Why? Because now this is a debate. Because I feel like, I'm sorry, I got to tell you my piece, but I feel like Speed, like Kai got the rappers, but Speed is at Tom Brady's house. Speed is with Lamar Jackson. Speed is traveling every city in America, kicking on top of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Like, that's culture, bro. I don't want to just see you in your room kicking it with niggas, bro.
So here's the thing. When it comes to the streaming is mad bigger than these two. Yeah. Like I was gonna say Jason the Ween, and I was gonna say also Ludwig. Those four guys, look them up. They're really fire. And I also do love Cenat. I love Cenat. Cenat's fire. That's like my top 5. But when it comes to everyone's model, from all of the people I just said, Cenat, Jason the Ween, anybody else, even Speed. When it comes down to, hey, I'm big for one thing, Kai literally was like, he's basically a hybrid of you can't pinpoint me. He was really big for doing IRL stuff. We knew him for the 21 Savage thing. Yeah. Then he turned up with the gaming thing, and he did Elder Ring. So what I like about him is that we know Speed for being super athletic and being an IRL streamer. But if I were to get him to do what Kai did, Kai does what he does it really well, and then he takes it to the next level. And I think what's still really crazy is that since streaming's so new now, we don't understand how special it is that he's taking a genre that kind of is new to the world population and now excelling it even more and even more. And
he took it to a new level.
Yeah, and Speed is doing a good job because he, as a producing an actual body of entertainment, he's fine. But on the creative side, when you have to think about what you have to do, Kai's just in a different. He's just in a different bound.
You don't feel like Speed deserves more kudos for being a one-man band when Kai came up with a group of already lit niggas?
I mean, yes, but no, because like that discredits the fact that Kai turned up A&P, in my opinion. I think they would say that. They humble about it, but Kai, when he showed up and did his first thing with them, he turned them up. Okay. Speed is a one-man band. He is way more. He's probably one of the most talented, most athletic, and most funniest.
That nigga play linebacker today.
On his new episode?
No, I say he could play linebacker. I can see that nigga. That nigga look like he can hit stick the fuck out of a nigga for real.
I don't know. He kind of
short.
Isn't he short?
I know. I never seen him. Never met him in person.
I never met him either.
So why did you choose to go into streaming?
I think so. The story is funny. I think it's 3 years ago. So I do cinematic content. That was always my bread and butter. Cinematic content. The first time I had anything blow up on the internet was doing stuff for RDC. You know RDC?
Oh yeah, Mark Phillips.
Yeah. So
that's fire. He was working with them niggas.
That's where that's where a lot of people in Atlanta always like get me for doing stuff with them.
See, I didn't even know that shit. That's fire. Keep going, man.
Basically, I did something big with them. Not important. It's a story for another day. And I even met Kai throughout all that. I met a lot of people there before they blew up at that time for that. But basically, I was doing this video, and it's I'm like big in anime and video games, obviously. But I got a bunch of streamers to do a Naruto run. It's a geeky run where basically you can't run with your hands. Yeah, gotta run like that. And I knew it'd be funny, so I asked them all to do it outside the Georgia World Congress Center, Momocon. And basically, one of the ones, she's a big streamer. She's actually Haitian too. Shout out to Eventia XL. She's a super big cosplayer, right? And she was like, if you do it, she always told me like you should stream, right? And she's like, I'll do this, but if you do this, you gotta stream. So I did it. We did the video. It was cool. And then she's like, all right, you have to stream, and you have to stream the specific game I have to play. Yeah. And I'm even gonna raid out to you. And at that time, she had like 80 people that always would show up to everything she had. If she kept going crazy, she probably would have been partner. And then that's how I started streaming.
Fire. So what did you learn? Because RCDC been popping since I was in freaking school, bro. So what would you say was the biggest thing you took away from working with them?
I think the biggest thing, I love marketing them, but business and creativity are two separate things. I think that's the biggest thing I learned from them. From being from the background to being in the forefront, as making a product for people to love it, that's great. Like, it's cool. You have to have talent for that. You have to have skill. But on the back end, when it comes down to the actual business, at the end of the day, business can't save that creativity, and that creativity can't save that business. Something's going to have to give on one end. And they have a big convention. I was there when they had only 2,000 people. And they took my content and they went crazy with it, trying to spread it around. YouTube got involved. And I went from watching them, spend $2,000 to get 20 back, to spend $20,000 to get $2 million back. And then they got on the Forbes 30 for 30.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there like, and obviously I'm not a part of RDC. There's another thing. They at one point they were going to ask me to join, and I don't live in Texas, so there's nothing I could have done. So that conversation deaded. Yeah. But I got to see them put effort in, sacrifice, and then figure out a way. Hey, I still got to be a creator, so I got to figure out how someone else gets into it. And I think watching them now, they net like $3 million at least $3 million from. I think now they invest more like 50 or 60. I don't know what the numbers are now because they don't tell me no more. But when I did know, it was $20,000, and that 20 and 30 grand would turn into $2 million. And then they got on the Forbes list, him, Mark, which everyone knows, and John, which
tall, light skin nigga.
He's the manager. He's barely in videos.
Okay.
Yeah, John, and they're on the Forbes list now.
What would you say? And you can really think on this too, because I want a good answer. What would you say is like a really pivotal moment in your life that helped shape everything you're doing now?
I know this. I don't even have to think about this one. When I was starting content, so now I have like the big black magic. You've seen the camera, right?
Yeah, of course.
And when I was starting, I had this tiny white camera. So it's a Canon SL2. By the way, for any streamers that want to get into streaming, it's cheap now. It's like $200 now. Don't use a webcam. Use that camera. It's fine. You just need one cord. But it's like a Canon event when I ended up using that camera, getting big with some. I got to quit my day job and work as a videographer for the first time in my life, right? Anyway, as I'm doing that, I started this podcast with my friends. It's defunct now. It's called 404 Nor. Okay. It's 4 of us just doing pop culture. It was Joe Budden Jr., right?
JPP Jr.
JPP Jr. And what ended up happening was that this radio DJ from 107.9, he got fired. And he ended up trying to poach me and my friends to sign with them. And I looked, they basically it was a strong arm situation where they were like, you need to podcast with us. You shouldn't be podcasting with yourselves. Where would you podcast at? I'm like, we could podcast in the bathroom. It doesn't matter. Yeah. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. I've done this with DC Young Fly and Lamar Odom. Anyway, they tried to strong arm us. I wasn't going for it. They didn't like talking to me, so they talked to my 3 other friends while we're in the same room. And then we started arguing, and then he was like, you know what? How about you go home? I'm going to send you a contract. Right? Sounds like a talent contract. Okay, cool. I'm fresh into entertainment. I don't know what this is. I go home, and if you just cared a little bit, and then apparently they've run this scheme. If any musicians here know something about this, some people run into this. Shout out to my friend Poe Baby. He's signed by SoundCloud. He had a problem like this too. I got a contract. I took it to took it to Gmail. I looked at it, and it said, we're going to call this a talent contract, but it's actually a leasing contract. That's what it says at the top, right?
Leasing contract, like they own you for a little bit or what?
No, like you leasing the place. But you don't own anything in the place.
That's crazy.
And here's how much you got to pay us. For $100, it was for $400, you can do one podcast here. For $800, you can do 2 hours, one podcast. Anyway, it went all the way down to $3,200. And here's the worst part. The money's obviously egregious. Who's paying a Toyota Camry to do a podcast? Here's the crazy part, and here's the one that's egregious. The fine print at the bottom. This guy says in the bottom, once this contract is signed, you have to let the leasee or the leaser know. You have to let the leasee or the leasee know that you want to leave 30 days before that. What does that mean, Toby? That means the day if I were to sign that contract, 400, 800, whatever.
Yeah.
And I say the next day, hey man, I don't really want to do this.
They own you for 30 more days.
Oh no, you thought it was 30? The contract said 90 days. I have to pay him for 90 days. So obviously I thought that shit was
that was a finesse. That nigga was finessing. I'm glad you read the fine print because a lot of people get tricked that way.
Yeah. I didn't sign it. They had an whole argument. My whole thing disbanded. And a year later they apologized and they were like, okay, we get it. But scamming dude who still around in Atlanta, not gonna lie. He doesn't work for 1079 no more.
Yeah.
So I don't feel no type of way talking about it. But he tried to get us, and I was like, if that desperate mentality, a lot of people want to get into creativity and want to get into it. And here goes young me about to get in, not even knowing as much as I know now, was about to get caught. Just because he thought it was gullible. Him and his dad. His dad was like 60 at the time, and the dude's like maybe in his 40s at the time. So those two tried to get me. Yeah, it's my kind of event. Because I took that, I was like, there's something to work for. And then the next year, I went to RDC, and then I got to work for myself at the time.
So I hope I don't mispronounce it, but is it Pack Labs that you do?
Pack Lab? Yeah, Pack Lab.
So tell me exactly what is Pack Lab and what is that? And why do you do that?
So I was thinking, I'm not exactly where I want to be content creator-wise, right? Like I'm happy I don't have to work a real job and doing videography and stuff, but as far as content creator-wise, I want to make I'm not where I want to be money-wise. And I thought to myself, what does the version of me making content look like with a side business? Every single good content creator has a side business. Kai has Tone, whatchamacallit, who can I think of that everyone knows? Mark, MKBHD, the dude that does, if you look up your phones, he has his stuff on the side. Everyone has a brand, whether it's big or small or whatever. Mr. Beast has
Feastables.
Yeah.
Feastables, I'm sorry.
I was thinking about what could you do that you care about that would make money. So I know what I used to film for a lot of the anime spaces here in Atlanta and a lot of video game spaces in Atlanta. You met me at Soul Play.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people are my friends. So I was like, why don't I do something that combines 4 things: cars, anime, music, what did I miss one? It's always hard to say this one. It's anime, video games, music, and cars, yeah. So to combine that in one spot, what does that even look like? Is that even feasible? And I found out technically that exists here in Atlanta. They're just not together. Controller Eyes has anime and music shop.
Yeah, everybody's kind of like in their own silos.
Pink Flamingo got cars and they're doing a good job. And a lot of them have one big focus and then one small focus. I was like, okay, that's something I want to do. So that's when I started it. And then had a game plan 3 months in. Go 3 months for free. Give it to the people for free. Just show up. You play games for free. I'll host a tournament, and I'll pay out my own pocket.
Wow.
And after that was done, make the venue pay. So we go B2B instead of B2C. And I like that model because what's more better than putting ads on a product that there's no friction between it. You play a game and you don't have to pay to play. You just download it. Boom, I'll play the game. So the same thing with the actual real life brick and mortar place. Even though I don't own the place sees the audience that I have, and they're like, "Oh, you bring 60 people, 70 people, 100 people every time you do this on every month. We'll pay you." And that's how it started.
That's fire. Yeah. Big up, ingenious idea. Where do you see? It's about to be the new year.
Yeah.
So when we talk, let's say next 2026, a year from now, where do you want to be? Where do you hope to be?
I think in 12 calendar months. I think I really want to be. It's hard to say, but I really want to be big on 3 platforms. I really want to. If I were to pick a platform, I could do it full time. So I really want to be really big on Twitch, really big on Instagram, TikTok. I'm combining those together, and YouTube. And I just want to look at those checks and be like, if I were to just to do one.
You'd be Gucci.
Yeah. Because it only takes one sponsor, 160K sponsor for you to say you could do it full time, right? Yep. So if you could say from each one, that's what I say, and that's as crazy as it sounds. I think I learned this from AMP, from Duke, and I watched some of their old stuff, and they're like, "Yo, it took 7 months to do this. I just had to put it in, right?" And I realized like it really isn't by accident that those guys blew up. It isn't by accident. A lot of people that we watch blew up. So I've been
very calculated.
Yeah, so I took it serious last year, and I think I can see the growth. And I'm like, I think in 12 calendar months from here, I can look at any one of my checks. I can show you. I'll show you one of those checks, and be like, hey, you think I can live off this?
I'll be like, yeah.
And show that as a
proof.
A test. Yeah.
In Jesus' name, amen. I love to hear that.
Amen.
So I want to know, where do you think streaming's heading? Because we just heard not Joe, but I think it was academic. Somebody said like they feel like podcasting is going to be dead in like the next 2-3 years. Is that the same way the Twitch streamers feel? Is that the same way streamers feel? Even Kick, whatever platform.
No, man. Why are people so dumb? It's the same thing that's been going on over and over again. Podcasts didn't blow up because of Joe Budden. We were big. They were big before them. Like I mean, I got into the history of that.
I know what you mean, though. But podcasts have been going on for years, though.
Yeah, podcasts were so big before any damn Joe Budden. But shout out to him. He got a big check, by the way. He's a big reason why podcasts actually got big. $200 million check to this big company. Spotify gave to a company called Gimlet and this other company. And then they bought Joe and Amy Schumer. And that's why podcasts ended up blowing up on Spotify, which ended up blowing up worldwide. Everywhere. But anyway, that same notion I just told you about, right? It's the same thing that just happened with streaming. Yeah. They just pumped a lot of money into streamers, right? Yeah. It's gonna flatten out, but it's just gonna be the normal now.
Got you.
There's no really an industry that's really gonna die. Like streamers, like Netflix and them are not gonna die because of streaming. Yeah. And then really they can adapt pretty easily. I think the only people that are really suffering from it is gonna be cable. Like cable's already dying out.
Cable's already dying though.
But now with streaming and YouTube, it's just gonna make it a little bit more faster because there's gonna be a generation of folks that only watch Twitch, and Twitch is gonna be their YouTube, or Twitch is gonna be their Netflix, and they do not care about no other platform. But it's not gonna the boom's already over. I think after a little bit before Mafiathon 3, which is just ended, streaming is now going to plateau in a little bit, and I think the big streamers that were big didn't feel nothing. The ones in the middle are kind of feeling it, and the ones at the bottom that are trying to get up are they're still at a safe spot. There's still places to be. Yeah.
Fire. So you got the unique style. You love video games. You love to stream.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me in about 60 to 90 seconds, why are you?
Man, I gotta sound egotistical for this.
Nah, it's pop your shit.
Everyone has the same opportunity, but no one's taking it. I think when it comes to me, it's okay to look stupid. So I told myself to look stupid. I told myself to do what's crazy. I told myself what trends that are out there, you're only going to get it by trying to get it, not thinking about how to get it. And because I figured that out, that's why I'm going to win. Anybody else who's not thinking like that, which is most people that are too afraid to, not try something without maybe their friends around or whatever, that's good for them, but that's not going to be enough for me. No one's going to get it for me, so that's why I know that I'm going to win.
You know one thing I also noticed? Yeah. You're very just like sure and confident in yourself. You don't really give a fuck about any other opinion. Were you always like that, or how did you get that confidence and self-belief?
Man, I was so shy as a kid. I think a lot of things I premeditate and talk about. Like I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know. But yeah, when I was a kid, I was super shy. I think it wasn't until college. Literally towards college, where I thought I was going to be a nurse, kind of like what your mom wanted you to be, right? It wasn't until then that I really learned that who I am versus who I thought I was supposed to be. And then that's why I started being a little bit more confident with stuff. And then there were some things that I talk about, like that I'm premeditated, that I could come up for a quick answer with. Only reason why is because I premeditated to talk about it. Yeah. But the things that I care about, I hold dearly to my heart and I talk about. But if I'm not confident about something, it's easy to say, hey, Toby, I don't know shit about that, bro. I don't know nothing about that, bro.
But I want to close out by talking about someone you are pretty familiar with. Yeah. Your dog, Kendrick Lamar.
Woo! Mustard!
I ain't gonna lie, this is the biggest Kendrick fan I've ever met. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. This nigga, what did I ask you, bro? I was like, who would win in a fucking fight?
Who
would win in a Tekken tournament, a real life Tekken tournament? He said Kendrick. I said, bro.
That wasn't the question. The question was if they had maybe it was, but one of the questions you asked was if you can see a person in Tekken,
who would it be?
And I said it's Kendrick. He's gonna give the black empowerment stomp or some other funny shit. Or whatever.
No, you snapped on that real. But tell me, why are you a Kendrick fan? What made him your favorite artist or your favorite rapper?
Hold on, sit up for this one, okay?
Let's get it.
That's it. And let's be real.
Let's hear it. I ain't gonna hate. I'm not hating here.
I love Drake too. I love 6 p.m. in New York.
Good song. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
We love 6 p.m. in New York. The thing about Kendrick that I like, when I listened to him, I think when I first heard him, it was cool. I liked Rigor Mortis. It was a really fun song. I think what it is for
Section 80.
I think what it is for Kendrick for me is that body of work, he has some of the best body of work I've ever heard in music. So when it comes down to other artists that I like, we sleep on a lot of people. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you someone else that like Kendrick's not a hot take. I love Logic's project around that time.
Logic?
Yeah. Like
the white Logic? Black.
He's black. Right, he's black. But what you call it? Bodies of work for some artists aren't that important.
Yeah.
Drake doesn't have to do a body of a project. He does do good bodies.
He does make good. Don't do my nigga like that. Don't do my mans like that.
No, shoot. I even like Her Loss. I don't know why everybody.
Her Loss was fire.
Yeah, but Kendrick makes good bodies of good projects, and there's not a miss. And he can't even sing that well, and it's still not a miss. So I think he won me over the first album, but then the second album,
Good Kid, Mad City.
I think Good Kid, Mad City won me over, and literally when I saw he wasn't failing at nothing and doing jazz, who the fuck is doing jazz?
What album was that?
And who's doing jazz and making that one of them?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah, what? And then went pop on after that. I looked at it and thought to myself, he really is the greatest of all time. And that's how I felt like that. And I wanted people to, every time I mentioned an artist, whether it was EDM, whether it was house, whether it was even like something outside of what I'm comfortable with, like maybe alternative, I always measured it to how cohesive is the album. And I think Kendrick does a good job of showing that. Like Cenat, I think he does a good job of cohesive album, but it's house, and it's just
it's a different vibe.
It's a good album. So
I believe Kendrick's best album is Damn. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not true. His best album is Good Kid, Mad City. The only reason why you think it's Damn because your ass probably listened to Humble so many times.
Hell nah, nigga. Yeah.
That's your song?
Yeah. That's my shit. That's my favorite Kendrick song. I ain't gonna lie.
That's your favorite Kendrick song?
That's my favorite Kendrick song after Poetic Justice. But we know why that's my favorite song.
Get the fuck out of here.
Last question for you, JetPak.
Yeah.
Top 3 Kendrick songs.
There's no wrong answer to this question. Shit. So let's go. Let's just make people mad. All right. I'm not going to tell you my real ones because I don't really have a real top 3. Come on now. It depends on the time of the day. Let's go number 3. Number 3, let's go Peekaboo. Number 2, best Kendrick, my favorite Kendrick song. Number 2, we're going to go, let's go, no, I can't pick that one. I'm going to say that one for number 1. That has to be number 1. Number 2 is going to be, it's going to be Humble. It's going to be Humble.
Okay.
Yeah.
You try to roast me about Damn Humble, and that was number 2 on your list.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Number 1, best song by Kendrick of all time, my opinion and the actual truth, is Dying of Thirst and what's the combined one? It's Dying of Thirst and Sing About Me.
Yeah, I didn't want to miss it. Promise that you will sing about me. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Good one.
Appreciate you listen.
I love that song.
So you're a Kendrick fan?
I couldn't say why I said that shit on camera. Fuck! I didn't mean to say that on camera, but I do love Promise That You Will Sing About Me. I do love that song. That was a hit.
I love that song.
Man, I just want to say I really appreciate you, JetPak Jeff. And I know too, I ain't gonna lie, I know you're a star, just a natural star. You're confident. You don't shy away from anything. I think you're gonna have that check you can live off a platform by next year. I can see that.
When I see you at whatever award show it is, because it's gonna be at Grammys or it's gonna be at Stream, whatever it is. I can't wait to re-talk about all this. And honestly, any of the other creators that are over here, I kind of want to make this as a time capsule moment. It's gonna be.
It will be, amazing. Man. JetPak Jeff, man. Appreciate you for sitting down on the wire.
Appreciate it.
HELLOOO.